Just one last thing we need to do here. We need to style the lap rows when they pop up. So you can see that we got our laps that pop up, but they're, they could use a little bit of work. So we're going to just format them a little bit here. The first thing we're going to do is add some styles at the bottom of our file. At the very bottom, we'll add 2 more styles, lap and lap text. Our lap is going to get justify content space around and flex direction row. So the thought process here is that the lap style is going to be responsible for rendering a single lap row. Now we want that row, of course, to be formatted as a row, right? We want the lap title and the lap time to be next to each other. So that's the purpose of adding flex direction. Space, justify content space around is for the exact same purpose as the 2 buttons above. We want to add just a little bit of space to the left, middle, and right of the 2 elements that are inside of the lap row, which are the lap text and the lap time. So space around will make sure that that space exists between each of the 2 components. Secondly, our lap text is just going to get font size of 30, kind of a moderate size. Last thing we need to do is apply both of these styles. So going back up to our laps function, we'll add the style styles.lap, because this is the wrapper for the row. And then we'll add to the text style styles.lap text. And we actually want that on both of them so we get the nice large font size. Styles.lap text. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. We'll start. We'll let a few seconds rattle off, and then we'll lap it. Awesome. Let a couple seconds rattle off. Get a lap, and then we'll go ahead and just stop. Cool. This looks fantastic. The most important takeaway from this entire application, and I know it probably got a little bit confusing with all the different times and time elapsed and running and start time and what have you, but the biggest takeaway that I hope you get from this is the concept of state and how we were using state. This is definitely a more complicated example that I would normally lead off with when instructing new engineers about React development, but I found that diving into the complexities of state as early as possible usually pays off. This is really an extreme example because we wrapped our state setting for powering the clock itself inside of this interval timer, this set interval here. Remember, every time that we set our state, it causes a re-render of our component. And so by calling set state many times per second, we were getting re-renders all over the place. So in the end, I think this is a really fantastic example of handling state in React. I hope you enjoyed this section, and I look forward to seeing you for the next application.